believe that we're connected. I don't believe that we're the same. I believe that God put us down here as individuals and with individual consciousness to go different paths and to see if we can all get, like in a baseball game, can we all get to home base?
I don't think it has a path. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. I think the older I get, the less I think it has a path, and the more I'm willing to just kind of see where it takes me. I sort of feel like I'm in kindergarten. Just started kindergarten.
Yeah, I feel it's a journey. I feel it's a journey. It's people you meet, the experiences you have, shape your ideas, shape that journey. A little bit left, a little bit right.
It has a path, but I don't know if it's predetermined, right? Like some sort of Calvinist kind of thing.
I believe that I was put on this earth for a particular reason, and that was to help people.
I think my path might be the same as well as I would like to think that everybody's is, but to help others.
I feel like I have a responsibility to try to do everything I can to, in my own small way, maybe to prevent being part of that, being part of any kind of destruction.
It requires a really huge discipline on everyone's part, right? The world, and there's not that kind of discipline. People aren't generally taking that initiative. They usually look to their leaders, right? The government's authority, you know, sort of like looking to mom and dad to make the decisions for them.
So do you think that's the key, is we each take responsibility for ourselves?
I think it has to happen, but it's going to have to happen like in a big way, and I cross fingers, toes, right, that we can all do it, but
we are the ones who create and destroy everything, you know. I mean, we have the answers to everything, but yet we choose not to practice what we preach, you know. Like the worst virus on this planet is us itself.
And I think if humanity has a path, it might be to reverse this sort of destructiveness that's going on, and that's something I think would be worth working toward. Maybe, without getting too political, just maybe like entertaining the idea that war is not necessary.
Having a purpose, all of this nothingness, oh man, nope. Nope, no purpose for us whatsoever. We're just here to enjoy and rape and plunder and pillage everything that's put forth in front of us, and we're doing a damn fine job of it.
I feel we're in a really dangerous time right now. I mean, we don't have a Cold War anymore, but we have what is shaping up to be more or less a religious war, and it's a very scary thought. And I feel that people who are more on the right want a religious war of some kind. You know, if you ever watch the 700 Club or something like that, their rhetoric is becoming very Nazi-like in a way, against Muslims and against people that they feel are threatening Christianity. So that's what I'm scared of. If we can get through that, I think we'll do all right.
We could eventually wipe ourselves out. You know, most animals can't do that, but we sort of have this potential. So we sort of have to learn how to like work with that. How do we have this power and not use it badly?
I think it's like if people can assume personal responsibility in their own small life.
If you could look at your neighbor as though it was your child or your sister or your parent, I think that would get us quantum leap from where we are.
And I think that mainly we have to change our mindset about how we think of each other. The way we think is the main problem. And it's not money or who has the power, it's the way we think and consider each other.
It's our differences that help us grow and change. If we're all the same, then we'd be stagnant. So, you know, some of our disagreements and differences in the world add, you know, a lot of color to the character of things.
There's so many differences, shapes, sizes, beliefs, whatever, but if we could just, I don't have to convert you to me or what I believe. I don't have to be what you do, what you're into. But I accept you, you accept me. You're on your path, I'm on my path. It's all good.
It's really individualistic, and that's the beauty of the world, is the diversity of the world. So there is no right answer, and there's no wrong answer.
I just wish people would stop fighting and start just being, you know, people to each other, and stop being populations of people or countries. You know, dealing with people on an individual basis, it's hard to hate somebody. Well, there's some people, but you know, they can be helped too.
And everybody's in their own process too. I mean, it's a constant process of everybody on their own particular path. So finding world peace for one person can mean a completely different thing than what it means to somebody else.
Oh, I know there's hope for us.
I think that we are already evolving, and it's happening very rapidly right now. And we're moving toward a new paradigm where the communication between us is growing, ever increasing every day, like through the internet and other functions like that.
I think you have to believe that world peace already exists, and you have to find it within yourself, because the whole world is a microcosm and a macrocosm, and sort of like light wins over dark. If you put a candle in a dark room, it's going to win, and evolution and enlightenment only goes one direction.
Enlightenment probably means reaching a point where you're at peace with yourself and at peace with others around you.
This is the big moment. This is the moment where we let go of our primitive past and accept the future.
When I came to Burning Man, I discovered a lot of things that I didn't know were important.
Life is kind of like, it's a word, kind of like God. I mean, life is not a thing, it's an action in a dynamic chain of events that happens. It's not just a noun.
The meaning of life is living, right? I mean, it sounds like almost stupid or simple, but literally that's it, that we're just being, and we just live the way that we are, right? As human beings, we sort of like have to fulfill ourselves, our destiny, I don't know what you call it, but basically becoming and being who we're meant to be. So I guess a lot of it is sort of like figuring out what we're meant to be.
I think it's all relative. So pretty much whatever a person chooses to focus on is their meaning of life.
The search for happiness is huge, and whatever that means to any particular person.
One thing is that commodity, or buying and selling, and that whole thing in the outside world is not part of the meaning of life.
I don't think it has a meaning unless you give it one.
Living life to the fullest, experiencing everything I can experience. Living life to the fullest. When the end of the ride's over, I don't want to look back and say I got cheated.
You should try to think more of not what is the meaning of life, but what is the meaning of this very, very instant. Life is a prayer. Life is a dance. Life is poetry. Life is a song. Life is a piece of art. And when there is no art, there is only death.